Ladies and gentlemen, in moments, the MC will be joining us at the podium. Convocation for the British Columbia Institute of Technology is about to begin.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this very special event. Most importantly, this is a day for our students to walk across this stage and become graduates of BCIT. But this is also a day for all of you, families, friends, those of you joining us to celebrate these accomplishments. My name is Alan Waterman. I'm a faculty member in the Broadcast and Online Journalism program, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. I would first like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish people, which includes the Squamish, Musqueam, and the Tsleil-Waututh nations. I'd also like to acknowledge our interpreters joining me on stage today, Lee and Jillian. Yeah, you can applaud. Little housekeeping before we start. We do have a professional photographer here with us today from Ortona. So 2 professional photos will be taken of each graduate immediately after they cross the stage. Image previews along with optional order information will be emailed to you and emailed to students within 1 week. We encourage you to take any personal photos of your graduate following the ceremony. Avoids all the flashes happening and all the white lights we get up here. So Ortona photographers will also be available for individual portraits and with family members after the ceremony. Follow the signs upstairs to room 3040. Remember that number, 3040 upstairs. That's where you go for your photos. We're also doing a live stream video of the ceremony right now at bcit.ca. So that means there's no need to capture your own video of the ceremony. The link to the professional video will remain on our website for several months. You can view it again or download it to keep it for yourself. So we want to make this an enjoyable occasion for everyone. So once you've texted, tweeted, talked, please ensure that your phone is turned to silent during the ceremony. Very important. Our processions are about to enter the auditorium. Our piper, Vern Kennedy, will lead our faculty and platform party, followed by our soon-to-be graduates. I ask you all now to rise to greet our processions, and please remain standing until after the singing of the national anthem. Our processions begin with our faculty and platform party. Now, yes, you can applaud. This is our faculty platform party. Now, family friends, please welcome the class of 2020. Please remain standing and join us all in the singing of our national anthem led by Stephanie Standerwick.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free.
Thank you, Stephanie. Would everyone please be seated? I'd now like to ask Zah Joseph to come forward. Zah has been an advisor in the Indigenous Services Department since 2008 and is the co-creator of the BCIT Diversity Circles initiative. His work celebrates Indigenous people and the acknowledgement of equity, diversity, and inclusion of communities and initiatives in BCIT and beyond. Zah is a member of the Klaatsin First Nation, part of the Dalkath people. Zah.
Hadi Suwindo, Zah Derek Kamel Joseph Lasuzi. It's great to be here and see all the amazing success that has happened within BCIT and the amazing family and friends that have been here to support and follow everyone and your success throughout the year. This year has been an exciting year for BCIT and Indigenous initiatives and partnerships as we are implementing our Indigenous vision. We have committed to continuing to enrich our campuses with Indigenous wisdom, knowledge, and traditions. Through our Indigenous vision and action plans, we continue to fulfill the promise of a richer educational journey for everyone in our community. And yes, there is much work yet to be done. Canada has a tragic history with Indigenous peoples in education. It's clear that the purpose of residential schools was not for educating. The false act of education is what got us here, and I'm certain meaningful education is our way out. As a graduate of BCIT, you're bound for exciting careers that have limitless potential. Congratulations on your hard work to achieve your credential. So today on your convocation, I ask you to take a moment to think about what you can do as a graduate, as a leader, to help our communities heal and move forward. I ask that you carry the spirit of reconciliation from this institute and bring it forward into your workplaces and your communities and your homes. Congratulations on your incredible achievement today. I'm now going to be followed by our good friends, My Girl, and I was just sitting back with them, so it's amazing to have them here as well. But thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you, Zah. As Zah alluded to, I'd now like to welcome the Indigenous Women's Ensemble, My Girl, who will be performing a traditional song of welcome and celebration.
We're going to sing you a song from the Unconklatmach Nation, which is where the two rivers meet, the Thompson and the Fraser. And I just want to acknowledge that Stephanie has learnt our song, so we wanted her to join us to sing one of the harmonies to it. This is a song of gratefulness and healing, and we send this out to all of you on your journeys. Yahweh, 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 way high, Yahweh, way high, Yahweh, way high, Yahweh, way high, Yahweh, way Yahweh, Yahweh.
Thank you, Ma Girl. Those harmonies just go right through you. Aren't they wonderful? And I'm so glad to see Stephanie joining them as well. That's how we're supposed to be, all singing together. So thank you very much, Ma Girl. I'd now like to introduce our platform party. I'll ask them to stand when I call their names and to please remain standing. Now, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced, or we'll be here all night. So please hold your applause, but wait for the platform party. First up is Arash Salamati, who's the director of the board, the Alumni Association. Yeah, they don't, it's just like class, they don't listen to you, you know? And Kathy Shridlacek, who's the Dean Academic Planning and Quality Assurance. Wait. Jennifer Figner, who's the representative of the Board of Governors, Chair of the Education Council, and Associate Vice President, Implementation and Integration. She's wearing several hats tonight. Robin Sylvester, Keynote Speaker, President and CEO, Vancouver Fraser Port Authority. Tom Romer, Vice President, Academic. Lisa Collins, Vice President, Students. Wayne Hand, Dean, School of Construction and the Environment. Guy Ellis, Dean, School of Transportation. Donna Mackay, Registrar. Michael Curry, Associate Dean, Building Design and Construction Technology. Stephen Kwan, Associate Dean, Natural Resources and Engineering. James Kai, Associate Dean, Industrial Construction. Brent Dunn, Associate Dean, Mechanical Engineering. Sonia Bosikovic is the Associate Dean, Aerospace. I owe you one, Sonia. Mabesha Faruqi is Associate Dean, Automotive. Everyone, your platform party. You see, they got the applause on that cue. So I now call upon Tom Romer, the Vice President of Academic, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Alan. Welcome, everyone. You're still tired from the exams? Welcome, everyone. There you go. All right. Good. I'm very excited to be with you this afternoon, or it's actually evening already, and to share this special milestone in your careers, our Convocation ceremony. It's the second ceremony this year, so it's still the first day. We're still trying this all out, so to speak. But what hasn't changed over the years is that all the graduates that we have today here have earned a very impressive credential. And you have every right in the book to be excited about your future. This day today, or this evening if you want, is all about you. We're going to celebrate you all evening long. And therefore, before we start with that, I would like to just take a little pause, and before any of you cross the stage, let's have a quick look and acknowledge some of the other people that are the other impressive people that are here in this room. First, they are your friends and your families that have supported you all the way and that got you here in the first place. And second, there's our faculty and our staff who have worked so hard to get you here today. And I know how proud you are of them and how special today is for you. And therefore, I ask that you all rise for a moment and give an applause to the people who got you here today. Thank you. And graduates, now I turn to you. Thank you. Thank you for putting your faith in us. Thank you for supporting one another and for your perseverance. Each of you has played a role in helping us to deliver on our ambitious vision, empowering people, shaping BC, and inspiring global progress. BCIT is not an easy road. We know that. We demand a lot because we promise a lot. We promise graduates who are adept in their field, yet humble in their character. We promise workers who are collaborative in spirit and entrepreneurial in their approach. We promise citizens who strive for personal success and success for the world. And we promise innovative thinkers who will solve some of the great issues of our time. And when I look at this group tonight, I believe we have yet again delivered on our ambitious promise. Graduates, this is a day of celebration, a moment to reflect proudly on your own accomplishments and on those of your fellow graduates. And I wish I had the time to say a few words about each and every one of you, because I'm sure you all have a story to tell, and it would be wonderful to hear them, but we also got to get out before midnight. And therefore, instead, I'd like to just talk about a few exceptional students who so beautifully exemplify the best of BCIT. Selena Lim. Selena, where are you? Are you here tonight? A lot of our graduates work already. Oh, there you are. Selena, you're graduating tonight in electrical and computer engineering technology in the electrical power and industrial control option. For the duration of her 2 years at BCIT, Selena balanced her set rep and demanding academic responsibilities with a part-time job, which involves teaching and mentoring children in grades 2 through 12 in mathematics. A role model for females in a field still dominated by males, Selena also does volunteer work to help improve math literacy in our communities. Congratulations on your graduation, Selena. Franklin Zhao is graduating tonight in Sustainable Energy Management. Franklin, are you around? There you are. Franklin was able to apply what he learned in his program to his work at London Drugs. He worked with his employer to optimize the company's electronic waste management processes and used effective communication skills to advocate and influence stakeholders on matters of energy management. When BCIT hosted the EcoCity World Summit last fall, Franklin submitted a poster demonstrating the application of sustainable energy management practices in the workplace. A great example of applied knowledge in action. Congratulations, Franklin. Well done. Innovation, initiative, generosity. These are important BCIT traits and traits demonstrated at one time or another by all the graduates I see before me. And I would like to introduce one more special graduate tonight. Would Victor Lee please stand up? Victor, by the way, has no idea this is coming, so. The special thing about Victor is he will be the last student tonight to cross the stage. And Victor will be a model of patience because he has to wait for each of you to cross the stage, and he has to applaud each of you before it's his turn. And for that, I ask you to return the favor. When you have crossed the stage, please return to your seat, and when Victor crosses the stage, give him the most raucous and thunderous applause that you can muster. And Victor, for calling you out in front of everyone, I'm treating you to dinner as well. How's that? Graduates, your adventure is just beginning. The road does not end here, obviously, and neither should your education. Whether back at BCIT, or through additional education, or in your new roles in industry, keep learning. Read, travel, do talk to strangers, and really stay curious. But most of all, have fun. You've earned it. So today marks the end of your current program, but not the end of your relationship with BCIT. We have a very large and impressive alumni body, and you all will be part of our alumni body as you leave BCIT. Please do stay in touch. You have my sincere admiration, and therefore congratulations to all of you and to everyone who has made this day possible. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Tom. I'd now like to call upon Jennifer Figner, who will bring greetings on behalf of the board and introduce our keynote speaker. Jennifer.
Thank you, Alan. Good evening. I'm honestly delighted to be here today to congratulate you, our graduates, and to commend our faculty and staff on behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors. To all of the students in the audience today, well done. When you made the choice to come to BCIT, you changed the course of your future. The time and hard work that you've invested here will open many doors. You know, employers know that when they hire a BCIT grad, they're getting someone who can hit the ground running. Our grads are known for their drive, their talent, their ingenuity. Whatever path you embark on, you will make a difference. Tonight, you're surrounded by family and friends who are incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished. And you've also earned the confidence of your instructors. They know just what it took to get here today. Each of you deserve to feel enormously proud. Your time at BCIT has come to an end, but your achievements won't stop here. I challenge you to build on everything that you've learned and accomplished during your time at BCIT. Commit yourself to making an impact within your future workplaces and within your community. On behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors, our warmest congratulations to you on all of your academic and personal achievements. Now, this evening, I also have the pleasure of introducing Robin Sylvester, the CEO and President of Port of Metro Vancouver. Robin leads the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, which is the federal agency responsible for enabling Canada's trade through the Port of Vancouver, which, in case you didn't know, is Canada's largest port. The port handles approximately $200 billion in trade annually and sustains 115,000 jobs across Canada. In just over a decade leading the Port Authority, Robin has overseen unprecedented growth due to Port Authority-led infrastructure investments in Vancouver's Gateway, which have catalyzed and supported private sector investments across the port. Simultaneously, and I found this part really great, under Robin's leadership, the Port Authority set and is actively advancing a vision to make the Port of Vancouver the world's most sustainable port. A port that is a global leader at delivering economic prosperity through trade, protecting the environment, and enabling thriving local communities. Robin holds a master's in mechanical engineering from Cambridge University. His career has included senior roles with P&O ports in Vancouver, London, and Sydney, as well as business management and strategy roles in the UK steel and chemical industries. In whatever spare time he has from that, Robin is an avid hiker and a qualified diving instructor. And when he can, he likes traveling to far-flung destinations, including Madagascar and Arctic Russia. So please, everybody join me in welcoming Robin Sylvester.
Thank you, Jennifer, for that kind introduction. It really is a pleasure to be here. In fact, I think it's the first time I've worn a gown since my own graduation, so I made it to the podium without falling over. That was progress. I'd like to begin by acknowledging we are gathered on the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people, and I'd extend my thanks to them for that opportunity. To the class of 2020, congratulations on your hard work and your achievement. In your time at BCIT, you've clearly grown in skill, knowledge, and expertise. You've gained a world-ready education from a top-class school. I was looking through BCIT stats, and you may be well aware of this, in fact, you're part of this, that 98% of BCI graduates are employed. That's a stunning figure. So congratulations, graduates, on your fine education, and congratulations, BCIT educators and staff, for delivering the skills and expertise the region needs, and indeed the world needs. To the parents, partners, families, and friends here today, your support of these graduates' education has lifelong impact. Speaking from my own experience, I grew up in rural Lancashire in the UK, across from a sheep field, in a village of less than 100 people. My parents were the first in their families to go to university, and their profound commitment to my education fundamentally changed my trajectory. As an example, when I was 6 or 7, my headmaster told my parents that I had university potential. I think they just thought I was a stroppy little child. They packed up the family and moved house to be in the catchment area for a top-quality state-funded school. In doing so, they ensured I got the early education I needed to one day win a spot at Cambridge University. And that in turn gave me opportunities I would not have had otherwise. So to the family members and friends here, I'd ask today's graduates once again to join me in thanking you for all you've done over the years to support them. And graduates, today it is my privilege to celebrate your success and to share a few pieces of advice that I've learned and that have come back to me time and again throughout my career. I gather the average age across the graduating schools today is 31. So some of you are well into your careers. Depending on your trajectory, today's milestone may add new momentum to your existing career or maybe an even more significant turning point. Whatever your situation, I hope you will leave today's celebration with optimism for the path ahead and hopefully a few tips for the road. Let's talk about the landscape you're graduating into in 2020, both globally and locally. Globally, we're grappling with climate change, trade wars, threats to democracy, the technological revolution and AI, pandemic risks like coronavirus, and a world population that in my lifetime has doubled to nearly 8 billion. Locally, we're preparing for 1 million new Metro Vancouver residents by 2050. Steady trade growth through the port in Vancouver, transportation challenges and opportunities, community changes, an aging population, technology change, the list goes on. It's a time of uncertainty and change, but also a time of opportunity. And the expertise in this room, including engineering, construction and trades, transportation specializations, environmental and energy efficiency specializations, to name just a few, will play a vital role in this region's future, and perhaps the world's future. Graduates, you stand on the cusp of new opportunities. And I'd like to share 3 lessons that I've learned and relearned through my career in the hope they may serve you in yours. And I'll share a few very brief stories along the way. My first piece of career advice echoes what Tom has already said. Actively pursue learning and development in your career whenever you can. You've clearly already started on that approach because you're here today. But let me tell you why it's important to me. Not only can you increase your skills and probably reinforce your interest in the career you've chosen, but in my experience, by focusing on growth and learning, you can propel your career beyond what you will possibly imagine right now. So how did I learn this lesson? Right after university, I got a job at a big-name chemical company in the UK called ICI. In doing so, I expected I'd have a very well-planned graduate training program and early career. Jumping around different jobs, getting different bits of experience, moving around the country, possibly even moving around the world. Suddenly, a year into that role, my section of the company was spun off. The landscape changed. I was presented with a choice. Either stay on with the new, much smaller, riskier company in a much more developmental role, or go back to the mothership on a more typical, safer career path. I can tell you, I thought long and hard about that choice, weighed my options, and I chose the path with the riskier, smaller company. That catapulted me into an exciting and challenging role, managing 3 chemical plants and a team of about 100 people, and learning a lot. I was 23 years old. I was younger than all but 3 of the staff I was managing. I was quickly glad, though, to have chosen the higher stakes role. And more importantly, seeing that choice play out set me on a course to actively seek developmental roles to guard against stalling. Fast forward 17 years ago. It says 17 years ago. It wasn't. Yeah, 12 years ago. Let's go with 12. It's about right. You're engineering. You're going to guess my age now. Never mind. I was 40 years old, working in Australia, and I got a phone call from a Vancouver headhunter Was I interested in a job overseeing Canada's largest port? You'll deduce that I was. For me, that phone call, and ultimately getting this job, was the unforeseen result of the years I'd spent gaining experience that was useful, different, challenging, and developmental. Because of those choices, when this role came up, despite my relatively young age, I had a broader range of experience than any of the other candidates they'd considered. So that's my first piece of advice. Actively focus on learning and development, and be ready to seize opportunities that provide that. Turning to a second, I want to talk a little bit about the intersection between career and values. Growing up in the countryside in the UK, in a family that valued nature and people, not surprisingly, I developed strong values around environmental protection and looking after people. I studied mechanical engineering, in fact, aerospace. And my early career took me into heavy industries, including chemicals and steel. In that context, I had to learn to work with people outside protesting, saying, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Interestingly, at the time, in the UK, the chemicals industry was actually leading the way globally on safety and environmental protection. But I can tell you, in that context, I thought carefully about how to reconcile my values and my career. The conclusion I came to, and I firmly believe this today, is that it's easy to stand on the outside and throw stones. The harder task is to figure out, if our society depends on these products and services, how can we run these businesses to ensure the best possible outcomes for our environment and our communities? Jumping forward to my time at the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority as CEO, I've had the privilege to help lead and advance sustainability in our organization. As you heard in my introduction, we've set a vision for the Port of Vancouver to be the world's most sustainable port. And we've carefully defined what we mean by that: the combination of economic prosperity through trade, a healthy environment, and thriving communities. We work among heavy industries, but we've had the chance not only to advance strong environmental practices across the port, but actually to showcase Canadian environmental expertise worldwide. We're doing that, for example, through a collaborative program we lead called ECHO, which aims to better understand and reduce the effects of shipping on at-risk whales. It's a program delivering world-leading research in this area. It's a remarkable collaboration. It's something I'm very proud of. To sum up, my experience on this has been, if you think an industry or an organization can be run better, you can make the biggest difference working on the inside. And let me turn to my final piece of advice. Very simply put, people matter the most. Time and again in my career, I've learned that if you have the opportunity to help someone, to mentor someone, to give someone their first big chance, seize that opportunity. Looking back to that job I mentioned earlier, I had at 23, managing 3 chemical plants. When I left that position, they organized a leaving do, as most companies do. And I remember the CEO came along. But I also remember a pipe fitter who went through an apprenticeship program that I was able to provide him the opportunity for, made a point to come along as well. He was about 40 years old at the time, and really proud to have got that credential and to get a better job in the company as a result. Many years later, that's the bit I remember much more clearly. And it's something, again, I'm proud to have been a small part of. So in your career, when you have the chance to help somebody, seize it. Because ultimately, that's what you take with you. The people you've helped are your legacy. Graduates, let me wrap up with a final challenge to you. Today, you've achieved a remarkable milestone at an exceptional school. Your skills and expertise will open many doors for you. Yet as you contemplate those doors, remember that your skills and talents and the privilege we all have living in Canada come with responsibility. This is a defining time for the world we're part of. The choices you make matter. I urge you to find a place where you can actively use your skills for good, whether it's in this region, across the country, or even globally. Throw yourself into your career, learn everything you can, thoughtfully take risks, pour your values into your work, and stretch that influence beyond Canada's borders if you can. And wherever you are, see the people around you, value them, and build them up. Congratulations, Class 2020, on a job well done. The world is waiting for you. Go forward with confidence, hope, and your ideals. Quisque Dominus Sumi. Good luck, bonne chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you very much for your very kind words to the graduates, the soon-to-be graduates here, and take it to heart. Take it to heart, folks. Now we come to the exciting moment when our graduates are about to cross the stage. Here's the process we'll be following. The students will leave the auditorium and return through the side door on my left, your right. They hand me their credential, I'll read their name, and then I'll return the credential. Then our graduates will cross the stage, and in this cold and flu season, we ask graduates and platform party to please refrain from shaking hands and instead just please smile and nod as a warm exchange of congratulations. Maybe you can do an elbow bump or something like that. The graduates crossing the stage will meet Tom Romer, Robin Sylvester, Jennifer Figner, Lisa Collins, the dean of their particular school, and our Alumni Association, who will gift them with their BCIT pin. You may also see faculty members coming forward to join the line and congratulate the students they have supported over their time here. The special connection between our students and faculty is an important part of the BCIT experience. So graduates will then exit the theater via stage right, that's my right, your left, and be directed to a special area where our professional photographers will be waiting to take a photo of them with their credential. Graduates will then be directed to come around and back to their seats. As Tom mentioned earlier, we want to be sure that all our graduates, from the first to cross the stage to our final graduate, are equally and respectfully acknowledged as they receive their credential. So we ask graduates to please return to your seat and, along with all our guests, continue to be present and recognize your fellow grads in their important moment. Now, would our platform party please take their places to congratulate our graduates? Ready? Here we go. He says, hopefully. I know there's graduates out there somewhere because they just left. Here they come, slow but sure. I feel like a game show host. Come on down. So this is the School of Construction and the Environment. Wayne Hand is the dean. First up is the School of Construction and the Environment with Michael Curry, Associate Dean, Building Design and Construction Technology. And the School of Construction and the Environment, David Dunn, Associate Dean, Building Design and Construction Trades, as well as School of Construction and the Environment, Futsum Taruko, Director, Building Science. We've got a load here. And School of Construction and the Environment, James Kai, Associate Dean, Industrial Construction, and School of Construction and the Environment, Stephen Kwan, Associate Dean, Natural Resources and Engineering. Now first, the Master of Engineering, Building Science, we have Bala Chahak with distinction. Yeah, fist bumps or elbow bumps. Eleha Gazahi with distinction. Luke Moyer with distinction. Moving along to the Bachelor of Science, Ecological Restoration, Wesley Y. Lewin Loke. With a Bachelor of Technology, Construction Management, Thomas George Blom. Simon Ching. Joshua Davis with distinction. Kimberly Dennis. Michael Earl with distinction. Vikis Kara. Maria Khan. Marty Landucci. Masood Mansour. With the Bachelor of Technology, Environmental Engineering, we have, with distinction, Nicholas Lamb. Adrian On, with distinction. Now with the Diploma in Architectural and Building Technology, Pauline Clarice Pontius Labayo. With a Diploma of Trades Training Plumbing Apprentice, Mikhail McLean. Now with a Certificate in Architectural and Structural CAD and Graphics Technician, Architectural Option, Mark Emmanuel Iguinaldo. And with a Certificate in Piping Foundation, Jeremiah Lazaris Pascual. In a Certificate of Architectural and Building Technology, Madis Sultani with distinction. Nagar Masafari. In a Certificate, Construction Estimating, Nathaniel Bolos. With Diploma Interior Design, Sonia Bezai. Juliana Kobana with distinction. Zhongyi Fang. Yundo Pan. Certificate in Interior Design, Fatima Ahmadi. Sophia Barato Gesser with distinction. Caroline Liberlino. Alexandra Francesca Marchione with distinction. Chan Yu Wu. Ilham Saidi. Fatima Sadagi with distinction. Jintao Wu with distinction. Fang Zhao. Now with an advanced certificate in sustainable energy management, Franklin Kuan Yao with distinction. Max Melchior with distinction. A load of cards now. We go to a different school. This is School of Energy. Forrest Tittle is the Dean. School of Energy, Qasim Habiballa, Associate Dean, Chemical, Digital Communications and Machinist. School of Energy, Amir Yousefi, Associate Dean, Electrical and Computer Engineering. School of Energy, Brian Buckley, Associate Dean, Industrial and Mechanical Trades. And we start with the Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, Marvin Juan Espartero Montaguian. Bachelor of Technology in Electronics, Gaurav Agnish. Gobachan Dami. Kenny Tan Phong Lee. Manbir Singh Nagra. Gurjeet Singh Saini. Dilba Singh Sidhu. Jin Wan Seo with distinction. Curtis Lloyd Wong. Moving on to electrical and computer engineering technology with an automation and instrumentation option, we have Arshdeep Singh Bains with distinction. Tran Han Ho Hun in the Cooperative Education Program. Prince Ajit Kaur. Andrew Edmund Manglanke. Jacob Tyler Smith. Now with a diploma in electrical and computer engineering technology, electrical power and industrial control option, Ali Afshar. Ozar Atif. Raven Siningwangan Hernandez with distinction. Jason Kim. Selena Ann Sapang Lim. Husham Marabi with distinction. John David Beldamar Mohe. Joel John Nyal. Mikel Ronaldo. Pai Jian Ru with distinction. Rajdeep Thakur. Joshua Francesco Torres. Jay Prafulbai Vyas. Now moving to the Diploma Electrical and Computer Engineering Technology, Telecommunications and Networks option, we have Isaac David van Buskirk. Now in the Diploma of Trades Training Millwright Apprentice, Paul Luca. Don't forget this, Paul. You need that. Joshua Dale Edward Rasmussen. And with a Bachelor of Technology in Manufacturing, Aliskar Aziz Gadiali. Cindy Kwa Hyong Fong with distinction. Now with the Diploma Computer Information Systems Administration, Networking Systems Administration option, Sean Trevor Alex. Ki Woon Kwan. Ting Xuan Lin. Ryan Lee Rod Piche. Keon Wu. Now moving to the Diploma CNC Machinist Technician, Byungju Lee. Long list of blue cards now. In the School of Transportation, Guy Ellis, the Dean, and Sanya Boskovich, Associate Dean. See, I got it right this time. And Mubashir Faruqi, Associate Dean. We've got a few more. Here we go. Steve Perry, Associate Dean, Heavy Mechanical Trades. Philip McCarter, Associate Dean, Marine. With a Bachelor of Technology in Technology Management, Nathan James Hollis with distinction. Eric Anthony Ono. Rick Sami with distinction. Pooja Nan Samtani with distinction. Yuri Shailov with distinction. Jonathan Lapyan Sui with distinction. George Young with distinction. Moving on to the Diploma, Airline and Flight Operations, Commercial Pilot Fixed Wing. Watch for him in your cockpit in your next flight. Here we go. Braden Douglas Mammon. Also up there in the cockpit, Colin Stonier. With a diploma, airline and flight operations, commercial pilot, rotary wing, these are the helicopter boys, Miles Johnston. And a diploma in airport operations, Wahidila Babraksai. Don't forget that. Can't go anywhere with that. You spent 2 years here, you might as well get the paper, right? Joanne Don Chan with distinction. Cavan Barret Domingo. Ian Garcia. Audrey Batalik Guevara. Liam Henry. Laura Hoyos Torres. Benjamin Kendall. Lukase Kudlu. Andre Larabure. Bong Yuk Lee. George Matthews. Caitlin Serena Matera. Sayu Tam with distinction. William Wing Hun Tang. Tony Tran. Nicholas Woolley. Michael C. Hui Hua Yang with distinction. Han Zhang Yu. Now on the diploma, aircraft maintenance engineer, category M, this is the man who keeps you in the air. This is Prince Batista. Karina Dung. Ruin Tricart with distinction. With a diploma in aviation maintenance tech, aviation, Gian Jeremy Ducalan Miranda. Moving on to the diploma, automotive service technician and operations cooperative education program, Sunny Yu Chan Chin. Rich Cadero. John Gonzalez. Henry Ho with distinction. Hikmat Jaffrey. Ryan Ablero Ramakula. Panve Rupra. Moving on to the certificate, Automotive Technician, Toyota Foundation option, Elijah Garavias with distinction. And here he is. Let's hear it for Victor Lee with distinction. Okay, you'll notice that we still have a few empty seats. People are coming back. So as our students return from having their pictures taken, their professional photos backstage here, I'll remind you that preview images, along with the optional order form information, will be emailed and mailed to the students within the next week. And of course, the online streaming video will remain up online. You can tweet that out to your family and friends around the world so you can see your loved one cross the stage from anywhere around the globe. So now, would Jennifer Figner, the chair of our Education Council, please come forward?
Thanks again, Alan. And as Alan mentioned, we're just waiting for the last couple of people to come back in the room, so I'm going to try to talk a little bit slowly. I have to say, I kind of liked the fist bump thing. It added some edge to what we were doing up here on stage. So throughout the year, it's the role of Education Council to advise BCIT's Board of Governors on a variety of educational policies, priorities, and programs. So we review new programs before they launch, changes to existing programs, and we set criteria for awards that some of you have received, academic standing, and of course the examinations that you all know and love. So through this, we're involved in many aspects of the programs that you've all completed in order to earn your certificates, diplomas, and degrees here today. But tonight, as chair of Education Council, I get to do the fun part. So graduates, I'm going to ask that you all please, at least one more time, please stand up. And I was going to say, I'm going to have you stand just for a moment because I just see a few more people coming down the aisle. There's still 3 more. And we'll just do a little tap dance while we wait for 3 more people to come down the aisle. All right. Can you now please take the tassels on your caps and flip them to the left-hand side, signifying you are now officially a graduate of BCIT. It is my pleasure to announce to everyone the class of 2020.
Keep standing, keep applauding. We've got one more coming here. Give them a round of applause as they come in. Thank you, Victor. You made it. Okay, you can please be seated. I'd now like to welcome Arash Salamati, the district manager for Tangerine, but also with the board of directors for the BCIT Alumni Association, of which you are now all members. So, to Arash.
What an amazing night. Good evening, everyone. It feels like yesterday that I was sitting where you're now, eager to take on the world and wondering where my career would lead me. And I have to say, thanks to BCIT, it's been a pretty incredible journey. On behalf of the BCIT Alumni Association, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. Today, you're joining the growing family of BCIT alumni, now 185,000 strong. BCIT alumni are everywhere, in every sector, conquering today's complex world. Our alumni are the true example of why BCIT matters. So now, as graduate of BCIT, you're a member of BCIT Alumni Association. Whether you choose to work in British Columbia, across the world, we're committed to help you succeed in your career and stay connected with BCIT. For 40 years, the Alumni Association has been connecting our global community of alumni, fostering your career success and giving back to BCIT and BCIT students through scholarship and bursaries. So please stay in touch with the Alumni Association. This is now as easy as downloading a new BCIT Perk app. It's free on the App Store and Google Play. Wait till the ceremony is done so you can do it then. And also stay in touch with your fellow alumni and your instructors. These are the people who can be an amazing network of support to you now and throughout your careers. As you cross the stage to receive your credentials, I presented each and every one of you with an alumni pin. We hope you wear it with pride and know that you'll always be part of the BCIT community. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce you to your valedictorian, Max Malkior. Thank you.
So good evening, fellow graduates, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, and family. And thank you for coming to the celebration of the graduates. So change is coming. Change is coming whether we like it or not. Technologies are changing, whole industries are changing, economies are changing, even little regulations are changing. And the big one, our climate is changing. And we ourselves are changing. Our interests change, our ambitions grow, we face challenges, we see opportunities. And I'm here tonight because of those changes. And they brought me to BCIT, to the Sustainable Energy Management Program. I came from an unrelated career. It wasn't a perfect fit, an obvious fit at least. I'm very grateful to Curly Hitchcock and the CMAC team for letting me join. But yeah, here I am. It worked out. They say you have to be an optimist to be a farmer. You have to be an optimist to plant a seed and hope that it grows into a plant. Well, you also have to be an optimist to be a student. But here we are. May we continue to grow. Still, change is coming. In my last presentation on the CMAC course, I also talked about change and climate change in particular. And I said the challenge of climate change is a challenge to change ourselves. And I think that's what we've done here. For what is education about? But changing ourselves to face challenges. New skills, new tools, new ways of seeing, new ways of thinking. In my presentation, I also compared the change that may be necessary to jumping into cold water. Being from Scandinavia, that's a pretty normal thing to do, and I thought that was an obvious metaphor, but because we know that after the initial discomfort, you feel refreshed, you feel re-energized. My class wasn't quite as convinced, so I may have to find a different metaphor. And maybe I should look at what we've done here tonight in education. Because we had our discomfort, but after that, now we have a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of new beginning. So dear fellow graduates, change is coming, but you already knew that, and that's why you're here. And you're here because you're optimists. So tonight, I think we should celebrate that, and we should celebrate the change that we can make. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Max. It was great, and thanks for inspiring us and representing BCIT so eloquently. Today, you graduate from Sustainable Energy Management, and you have found a great fit in energy management, so I hear, and in choosing this route, You have aligned your past education, your current skills and interest, and a desire for a future in which you're actively making a difference in the fight against climate change. I have no doubt you will be very successful in effecting positive change through your work. And one of your nominators agrees with that. The person writes, "Over the course of the program, I have witnessed Max persevere and excel. In spite of personal hardships, he managed a 92% grade point average, one of the highest in his cohort. I believe Max has the determination and the focus in making the world a better, more sustainable place." Very well said. So Max, with this accomplishment and this attitude, you have become a true asset to BCIT, and we're honestly really proud to count you among our alumni. So thanks very much for being at BCIT. Please accept a little gift as a token of our appreciation. Thank you. And thanks again.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Tom. Now it's time to celebrate with our graduates. Before they go, a couple of reminders. Leader Frames is available just outside the hall if you'd like to have your credential professionally framed today. The Goldfish photo booth is also in the foyer. A lot of fun with that for instant photos and social media sharing. Go crazy. Our Tona will be available for studio portraits of graduates and their families, as I said earlier, located upstairs in room 3040. Also want to remind you that a video of the ceremony, once again, will be available online in about a day or two. Go to bcit.ca/convocation and you'll be directed from there. Now everyone is invited to join us for refreshments following the ceremony. The reception will be held in the gymnasium just across from the auditorium. Graduates, please remember to return to the gowning area to remove your gowns before going home to the reception. They're not souvenirs, not yet. And please, I'm amazed I have to always say this, but please move away from the doors as you leave to avoid congestion. Everybody wants to gather at the doors, hug the family right there, but then no one else can get out. So thank you for please moving on into the foyer. And please, I think we need a round of applause to all our volunteers and staff for their efforts for this evening throughout the day. I think a special note to our sign language translators too. This is a lot of hard work, and they spell each other off, but it's still a lot of hard work, so give them a round of applause, please. And lastly, a note to those who just crossed the stage. You've completed a chapter in your journey. Congratulations. Now we hope that BCIT continues to be a part of your future as you grow and develop in your chosen field. I wish you the very best. Now, our processions will now leave the auditorium. First, the platform party, followed by our faculty, and then our graduates. I ask everyone now to stand and remain standing until our graduates have departed. Thank you.
Gonna be Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had hopes. Had to have hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had hopes. Mama said, so built for oddities.